just want you to throw things around.
I need crew to move back, please, while I release him out.
Okay.
Please. Can you move all the way back? It's trying to take over my body. Just move all the way. I said move back!
The following program has been filmed for your entertainment. However, viewers may find some scenes disturbing. Few buildings in Gibraltar have as much history and knowledge contained in them as this one. Not just because of the objects and exhibits it contains, but also because of the building itself. This week on the Ghost Trail. But what dark secrets are held in the Gibraltar Museum?
Hello, my name is Michael Scott and I'm the skeptic.
To be honest, I don't really know. I have no idea what to expect. I do think that I'm going to have a lot of fun. I do think I'll probably get scared at times, which I'm looking forward to actually. But with respect to my own sort of beliefs, like whether I can attribute certain things that occurred to paranormal activity, if you want to call it that, I don't know what to expect. I'd probably, if I had to guess, I'd say that I'd imagine that I'd end up still being very skeptical towards it.
Hi, my name's Kieran Possum. I'm a believer and a member of the Gibraltar Paranormal Society.
It's a subject that I've always been aware of, not necessarily through any mediumship skills or anything, but more to do with it's always a topic that's been spoken about or I've heard of. But generally, I mean, I've always had positive experiences with it. You know, there's a big stigma when it comes to the paranormal and this sort of topic.
Initially, when you hear the word skeptic, perhaps because of the way we've been brought up, it has a bit of a taboo ring to it. It has almost a negative connotation, but I don't think it's fair to pigeonhole people like that. I think everyone has their own personal beliefs, and they're entitled to those, and they're entitled to be respected for those.
But close by, in the building where we are now, in the museum, there certainly were fatalities. There was one incident where the town major and 3 other officers were dining in this part of the building. It was close to the convent, and a shell hit, and there was a fire, and I believe the town major died from the hit. And a very chilling aspect of one of the early excavations we did here in the museum was in the back of the building. And we were excavating different levels. Suddenly we came to this very thin level, and it was black throughout, and we realized it was charcoal. And the layer above was 19th century, the layer below was middle of early 18th century, and suddenly we realized, my goodness, this is the Great Siege, this is the fire, this is the cannibal, and we'd found the roof collapse. And that, even telling the story today, I find extremely chilling, because it's rarely that in an excavation you'll find a moment in time, a very precise, a minute, it happened there and we found it, which was quite amazing.
One of the most famous ghost stories at the Gibraltar Museum is told over and over again by many tourists and visitors who come here. They say that they're given a museum tour by an elderly man, and when they describe this man to museum staff, he turns out to be a former museum director who died many years ago. It's not just tourists or visitors who report ghostly activity within the museum walls. Staff themselves were working late one night here at the museum when the alarm and the emergency lighting switched on. It was only after all the emergency procedures had been followed and the museum had been restored to normal, the staff realized the alarms weren't connected to the electric grid. Samantha Donbevand says she can speak to those who have left our mortal realm. However, she has never been to Gibraltar before, she doesn't know where we're taking her, and she hasn't done any prior research.
Yeah, my first experience of Gibraltar, even though I've lived here on the coast 4 years, it's just not been my intent to come over. And as soon as I hit the rock, as it was, or to hit the land, I could feel the energy was different. I knew there were a lot of what I call earthbound souls, and I think it's important for me to explain. When we talk about souls being earthbound, it's spirit. Some people call them ghosts, some people call them just the paranormal, but these are souls that have decided to stay on the earth for whatever reason they have chosen to do.